to where if you receive food stamps, you have to work.
Alright, so your girl ran out of EBT food stamps for the month, and your girl got 7 children, and we ain't got nothing to eat up in this house.
Today my EBT renewed, so come with me to go get some groceries. I'm not gonna spend my full EBT amount today. I'm just gonna get what we need.
Grocery haul with food stamps, and no, I don't have time for the haters, because yes, I get food stamps, and what about it? Anyways, let's get into it.
Hey y'all, hey, so I know y'all been waiting. I ain't done this in a couple of months, and the last one was kind of half-assed done. So here we go, grocery haul.
If y'all haven't been tracking, there is some big information coming down the pipe about food stamps, and there's gonna be a lot of shake up. We got to talk about this. I don't know how to go about it, but we're gonna jump right into it. There's a lot going on, a lot of drama, many things. Let's go.
So if you are on food stamps, you might want to listen to this. So not only is Trump making it to where if you receive food stamps, you have to work. You have to work a minimum of 15 hours a week. And then you'll be making too much, and then they will cut you off. On top of having to keep receipts of everything that you use your EBT card for. Okay? You are going to get a limit of certain junk foods. A limit of certain junk foods if you get food stamps. How is this okay? Okay, you cannot tell me how much pop and how much chips I can get with my food stamp card. This is crazy. This is outrageous.
So I tell you, some of this is hard to watch, especially as somebody that works really hard to pay our grocery bill. Samantha works really hard to pay our grocery bill. It's probably one of our biggest expenses is food. And then you see a lot of these videos online. It's a viral trend right now to TikTok your grocery haul. And having a large family is expensive. And one of the reasons why I've never been able to have a large family is you got to pay for the food and the medical and everything of a large family. And for some of us that have planned out our lives really hard, knowing that we can afford one child and we don't have many, then you see so many that are just playing the system. You know, I'm going to throw up the map right here for food stamps, SNAP, things like that. And from what I understand, food stamps was always meant to be like a temporary thing that you use to get on your feet. It's for when you're down and out, that you get on food stamps in order to make it through, to get to back on your feet, a year, 2 years. But we see many times in these videos, most of the food is complete junk. It is like curls my stomach to see that much sugar, that much processed food just being thrown at the lower income. It's wild for so many to game the system to where they don't work just enough to where they don't get cut off on their food stamps, and they know that they can just keep getting those stamps. I see what they buy. Like, it is just hard for me to watch some of this, knowing one, that the food that lobbyists have used to be on the food stamp category is terrible for people, between soft drinks, processed food, chips, sugar. Like, I don't think that, you know, any type of unhealthy food should be on the EBT program. But comment down below what you think. Maybe I'm a little ignorant of this situation. Tell me what you think. Comments down below. Should this be on there? Should there be junk food on the EBT SNAP program? Or should it just be the basics, meats, veggies, fruits, that it? And maybe you have to buy it from a local vendor. I mean, that's a good idea.
Alright, so your girl ran out of EBT food stamps for the month, and your girl got 7 children, and we ain't got nothing to eat up in this house. I am so thankful for EBT, but on some real shit, it's just not enough to last the whole month with so many people in the house. So of course, every month, I'm using cash to restock and refill my house, which I'm so thankful and grateful I'm able to do that by working from home. I own an online retail store where I sell women's, men's, children's clothing, shoes, accessories, accessories, home decor, jewelry, and so much more. I offer free shipping and I also do bundle deals. So I've been blessed to be able to work from home and be able to be a stay-at-home mother. I want to remind everyone, having EBT is an assistance program. It is definitely not meant to cover your full grocery bills for the month. A lot of people get misinformed or completely oblivious to the fact that some people are able to have so many children and not need any HUD housing, Section 8, or any type of vouchers for help for housing.
I mean, I'm just sitting here, I see her having a home business. She's obviously not making enough, or she's choosing to make as little as possible and writing off as much as possible to be able to stay on food stamps and then have as many kids as possible. And you know, my heart goes out for single moms, and I think there should be assistance for when you're down and out, bad situation, there's help there for you. But when you have 7, 8 kids as a single person, I start having questions that maybe there is some gamification of the system. I'm going to cover this in my Section 8 video, that, you know, this is a common theme running through many of these sectors. And I think that's why the government is wanting to cast it down to the states, because there's so much fraud going on that at the federal level, you just can't catch all these people doing these things. I mean, if you started a business and you run your profitability down to zero, pay yourself almost nothing, and then go on food stamps or Section 8, like, that's what's happening here. They know how to game the system, but it hurts the ones that aren't trying to game the system and really need it. That mom that really needs it, that single dad that really needs it. And that's the ones that hurt my heart.
What's up, hoes? We spent about $500 on groceries today. Before anybody start, yes, this is indeed a snack household. Some people really act like it's a crime to eat some snacks. We so big backed over here, it don't get no bigger than us. I know y'all so confused seeing the black and the brown hen, but I made my man get up and help today, boo. If you see my last grocery video, you know I was talking about not eating pork. As you can see, it's no pork, honey. We were really sticking to it. Period. I stood on big business. Wait, that piece of might got some pork in it, but just ignore that. It ain't pork chops. Y'all, my food stamps went up after I had my twins, so I got this expensive ass juice. I'm feeling so rich. Who else, man, just cannot get off them? Like, get off me, boy. I'm telling you, when you food rich, you just start buying everything. I want this, I want that, I want that. My man really had to humble me at Walmart. I was grabbing name brand everything. He was like, hold on, wait. Don't forget who you is, boo. I'm telling you, my food stamps went up $300. I'm flexing for real. It's like, as soon as the food stamps hit, my stomach immediately wants a seafood boil. I don't know what's wrong. My stomach's just so crazy. I don't know why it's craving that. We was at the store walking down the aisle. My brother picked up some Angel Reese's Puffs. Like, okay, Angel girl, I see brand deals. Always have to stack up on some mac and cheese. My toddler would eat that shit for breakfast, lunch, and dinner if I let her. That's about it. Bye, hoes.
It's just really, like, they're bragging about the food that they got. I mean, I get it if you don't have food and, you know, you're gracious about it. But what I'm seeing reoccurring in many of these videos is sugar, bread, processed foods, snacks, Debbie cakes. And the sugar epidemic in America is mind-boggling. Like, I don't even allow sugary things into my house. We hardly ever eat sugar. It is, after watching my father die of dementia and many of my friends with sugar-related illnesses, this is making America sick. All these sugary processed foods. And I know some people don't notice this, but the lower income, the poverty level in these food deserts is the ones that's eating all this sugary processed food. Then the lobbyists get on board and they lobby into these EBT programs. And then whether it's, you know, the government, Walmart, the big supermarkets, all lobbying. And then the end result is people can have as many sugary products as they want, and EBT's paying for it. Instead of trying to figure out how to get America healthy, and this is what's launching into so many health concerns, and it's a deep rabbit hole. Like, what do y'all think about this? Like, is these processed foods what's really hurting healthcare in America? I mean, many people think dementia is diabetes 3, you know, it's diabetes of the brain, and, you know, we're seeing major health concerns at every level.
It's that time of month again. Let's go grocery shopping.
So I'm sitting here, so I see this grocery shopping on food stamps with a single full-time working pregnant mom of 4. So this will be number 5 as a single mom. I don't know her situation. I'm just sitting here saying, man, like, am I missing something here? Is there a little personal accountability on any of this? Or is this, she truly needs it? I understand that you could lose a husband, you could, get broken up, get in a bad situation, somebody goes to prison, you're single by yourself with 4, but if you're pregnant with number 5, single, I don't know. This is a tough one for me. Tough one. As somebody that's planned my life as hard as possible to make sure I had money and an emergency fund on an emergency fund and a place to live, and done the education, spent the time in the military, did everything I possibly could, and I have one child that I'm afraid to have another child because I want to make sure that I have the best stable life as possible for that next child. And I see some of these people with 5, 6, 7 kids, single, no money, living on the government, Section 8. What do y'all think about this? Am I wrong? Discourse in the bottom, please. Tell me, maybe there's somebody down there in the same situation looking for guidance and we can all share information. What do y'all think about this?
Well, it's that time of month again. Let's go grocery shopping. The sun is really bright. Oh, I'm at Sam's Club, so I need to get my Sam's Club card out or they won't let me in. Sam's Club. Oh, let's go see how much we spend.
I mean, we're at Cheetos, chips, snacks, processed food, Debbie cakes, grape juice, full of sugar, fruity snacks, chips, crackers, pasta.
Qualify for food stamps. Come with us to spend $1,000 today. I get asked all the time, how on earth do I qualify for food stamps when I receive TikTok income? And it's really quite simple. I just don't report the income, because the government has no tools to even see my bank account. Oh, also, and according to all of you guys in my previous video, I should be shoving one of my kids back up my hoo-ha because apparently I have too many kids and can't afford to feed them. Also, I even got a comment telling me that they weren't surprised I was on food stamps because of my husband was Hispanic. Obviously, my TikTok income is reported to the government. They see my bank account every time I have to reapply for food stamps, or I just have to update them about an income increase. Hi, my name is Renell. I'm a stay-at-home mother of 4 kids. 3 of them are in school half days, and the other one is still at home. I am also a full-time student, a full-time content creator, and my husband works full-time and most of the time overtime. He is also a full-time student. This fall, my youngest daughter will be starting preschool. At that point in time, we will have 2 incomes and both still be full-time students. And for all the nosy Nancys in my comments, I did get my tubes tied. My doctor even used to refer to me as a Pez dispenser for babies while on birth control. So it wasn't like we were being totally irresponsible. God just had a different plan for us, and that happened to be 4 beautiful daughters. And I couldn't imagine my life without them. I'm so thankful for programs like food stamps that offer assistance for families that are in need. The goal is that one day we won't need them. But if you qualify for food stamps, don't be ashamed to swipe that food stamp card to feed your family. It doesn't matter what card you're swiping as long as your kids are fed. Also, we've been saving for a new grill.
What I'm hearing repetitively in a lot of these videos is they're doing something to keep their income down, going back to school, quitting their job purposely to go back to school. They know how to stay just below the threshold to keep getting the food stamps. When I went back to school, I paid my own way. I did without. I didn't go on food stamps. I see these people that do. I don't want to judge. I know they have kids, but when you have 4 kids, you work and you go to school. You don't quit your job to go to school and then maybe pick something that doesn't give a return. Like I talked about this in my student loans video, where people were purposely going back to get these frivolous degrees in order to not have to pay their student loans, defer it. And there's a lot of this going on to the point where, you know, some of this budget could go to somebody that truly needs the food stamps. That's that mom, that down and out dad, or the, you know, that 19-year-old that's starving, you know, like, you know, the disabled, you know, thing like, you know, the veteran that got his leg blown off, you know, these things, you know, I just see these people doing this time and time again.
Hey, yo. Hold on. Hey. Hey, y'all. My name Chris. I'm from Winesburg, Mississippi. Get up here on me and unload these groceries real fast. Y'all know I do a grocery haul at the beginning of the month, every month. And like I said, don't worry about my groceries and what I buy. Shit, worry about Keisha them and your mammy them high as hell. While she on Facebook talking about who could do me 2 braids for some stamps. But anyways, I did a lot yesterday. I was sick the day before, so when I be sick and sleep all day, I try to make up for it and get things done. I did a lot this day. I unloaded them groceries. I cooked for my friends. Then I decided I want to put the bed together, and I did it. This bed is good. It's firm, too. I did good. I did it all by myself. I was up to 12 o'clock in the damn morning putting the damn bed together, but it's done. I don't need nobody, and I don't need nobody in here with me. But anyway, I just came to say, lately I've been going through some stuff. I've been hearing some...
I'm just watching a lot of this. Many of these people are saying they have no reason to change their situation. They have no reason to pull themselves out of this. They don't want to go find and get married, a significant other to help with this burden. They want to stay on the system. And I see the food that they've got. A lot of it is cheap, unhealthy food. And I have a hard time trying to figure it out. Like, I know that there are people out there that need this. I feel like that it should pay for meat, vegetables, potatoes, the good stuff. It should pay for maybe some vitamins. It should pay for sustainability. It shouldn't pay for Cokes, root beer, sodas, all these sugary processed juices. Like, I'm looking at chips, I'm looking at everything, Mountain Dew, I'm looking at all kinds of things here that, and maybe we should have these little farmers markets everywhere that you go and you buy from the local farmers, you know, collards and vegetables, and you know, maybe the local butcher sells you meat, and it's not the elite steaks. It's not all these things top tier. I mean, we're talking about edible, good meat. It's clean. Like, I believe everybody in America should be able to eat. Instead of wasting money on all these foreign wars and these politicians just wasting money, digging ditches on the side of the road. Okay? But I feel like there has to be a point here where we call a spade and say, hey, you need meat? Go get it. You need fruits and vegetables? Go get it. No problem. Swipe right here. You need corn on the cobs? You need a pot to boil it in? Heck, you even need a stove. Okay? But it has to be done local, and it has to be overwatched locally. It has to be, the fraud has to be run out of it. Here's the problem, is that when these big companies, these big corporations know they can create a product and they can stick it on this program, and they know that people are addicted to sugar, and then they force these politicians to put it on the ballot, and if you throw it back at them, they know the people are going to revolt because they want those sugary things. And then the programs pay for it, and we have this crazy situation. People are not... Let me tell you something, and this is true, that if you give a population crumbs to make them comfortable, they will never, for the most part, people will not draw themselves up. They will not learn how to self-sustain. They will not learn how to fish and feed themselves. They will just sit there with their hand out, looking for the crumb. And if that program ever goes off, just like we're seeing here, all of a sudden there's a change in it, you have a group of people that don't know how to fix themselves and feed themselves. And we're taking this apart from the homeless and the elderly and the people that are not able to to go out there and work. But these people are panicking because they have to go work. They have to provide receipts. On just about everything in our economy, in a business, wherever, if you go out and spend money and you're wanting to be reimbursed for something, you got to have receipts. You've got to show where you got it from. You got to show document. We're seeing able-bodied people buying junk food and expecting it to be there, and they're fixing the system. They're playing the system to where they can stay in these programs. Section 8's no different.
Family of 6. Come grocery shopping with me as a low-income family of 6 that receives food stamps. First, let's get a new TV from that paycheck we got from TikTok. And let me tell you, TikTok is paying nothing, absolutely nothing, so we're definitely not getting a new TV. Also, the amount of comments that I've gotten on my previous video about how I shouldn't have this many kids because I can't afford them, you guys, what would you like me to do? Shove them back in? Happy my kids are fed no matter what card I'm swiping. One of my daughters also starts soccer in the next few days, so I am getting a little bit more treats than I normally would, or snacks, because I do have to rotate the days that I provide snacks. It's the first of the month, so I always like to come to Costco to stock up on things that we might need for the month. I also am not purchasing a lot of meat items because I have a deep freezer full of meat. However, I do like stocking up on our favorite frozen meals that are quick. If you're new here,
I'm sick every one of these cereal, milk, sugar. And we wonder why we have a health problem in America. I don't think my son has ever had a soda. He might have an ice cream cone once a month. We don't do the sugar, and I see this at the different levels of society. The elite eat very healthy. They're cognitive of it. They spend a lot of money on good quality food. And I see at the bottom, I don't know if it's education or whatever it might be, that they're fine with eating the unhealthy things. I was like that when I grew up poor. I thought we ate hot dogs. I thought we were supposed to drink Cokes. I thought we were supposed to eat, waffles with lots of syrup and sugar. I mean, I grew up on Snickers bars and living at the baseball park. And now I look back thinking about eating that stuff, and it curls my stomach with the quality of that food. Yeah, kids probably need to drink milk. Adults don't need to drink milk. I haven't had milk in years. It's meant to put a lot of weight on a cow very quickly with the hormones and everything that's in it. Quit drinking milk for a couple years and you'll see body fat come off you like no other. Don't consume any sugar for a month and see how your body changes. It is amazing. You'll lose weight. You'll feel better. You'll get healthy. You'll stop being sick all the time. Sugar, man. Sugar.
And let's do a little grocery haul. And if you're new here, I'm a single mom of 2. I have a 1-year-old and I have a 4-year-old. Let's get into this grocery haul while First off, for everyone coming at me about food stamps, let's get one thing straight. My food stamps, and I use them to feed the amount of negativity towards single mothers is insane to me. If y'all kept that same energy for these deadbeat dads who abandon their responsibility and leave everything on the mother, maybe we'd actually get somewhere. Maybe if these men would do what they are supposed to do and take care of their children, maybe us single mothers wouldn't have to be on government assistance. So take that up with that man. Y'all act like I'm a starve myself. And if I'm a single mom, I'm being some type of assistant. Because if the man ain't gonna help out, I'm gonna find help elsewhere. Okay. I also saw a comment asking, how are you a single mom with a 1-year-old? Same way some of y'all are out here having kids with men who do absolutely nothing for them. Are you gonna ask yourself that question? Probably not. No, at the end of the day, I'm a single mom of 2 who is doing exactly what she needs to do to take care of her kids. This is my platform, and if you don't like it, rocks. Bye.
I'm on food stamps because I genuinely need them, and my renewal was in January. Last month they asked me to submit supporting documents, and I did 3 separate times through the online portal and directly to the supervisor's email. And last Friday I was called and told that they needed me to redo the supporting documentation and submit different things, and that they were due that day. On Monday, I called, confirmed that they had received the documents, and was told that they were continuing to work my case. And now here it is Friday, and I just got off the phone with the customer care division, who informed me that they had closed my case because of the fact that they needed supporting documents. The exact ones that I had emailed on Friday and was told Monday they had received.
She seems like she's in a bad situation, bad spot. But I'm seeing somebody here. I have no problem with people dyeing hair, whatever they want to do. But when you're in a tough spot, sometimes you got to conform to how an employer would want you to look. And if that ever keeps you from not having an employer, if you want to work for yourself, cool. Do whatever you want to do, your own rules. But if you can't be employed, you can't work, you can't do these things, but you want to have hair that doesn't conform, rings that maybe keep you unemployed, is that an issue? What do you think? That maybe some of the lifestyle or the reasons of why they're at the level they're at and that socioeconomic status, that they do it to themselves or they choose to stay there. I'm a firm believer that you can pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Okay, I did it. I've had friends do it. You can choose to pull yourself out of poverty. It takes discipline. It takes learning. It takes going outside of your little sphere. It takes building an emergency fund. It takes learning the things to become wealthy. And the journey to become wealthy, you will learn things that will change you for the better. Discipline, money, personality, networks, the way you walk, talk, carry yourself, the way you do things that those that are successful do. If you go and pattern a successful person, backwards plan it, and say, do I look like a successful person with blue hair, nose rings, things like this, not presenting yourself in a professional manner, then maybe that's the reason why you're there and you're choosing to be there. Now, if you have a handicap, totally different. If you're in a situation for 6 months, a year, 2 years, that's why these programs have term limits. And that's why they're enforcing it, because the fraud is just, they're choosing to be there.
I did not realize, y'all, it's 2025. I did not realize that there was still such a stigma behind receiving government assistance. We're a family of 7 and we receive food stamps benefits. When I first started posting my grocery hauls, I honestly did not expect the reaction to be so nasty. Our family didn't always...
7. Family of 7. And you bring... I have an issue bringing more kids into the situation that you choose to do that. When a lot of us out here are like afraid to have kids because we're wanting them to be in a situation that we can control. I have a personal issue with that. Do y'all? I just feel like she's choosing to do that. And they haven't paid into Social Security.
Hey y'all, hey. So I know y'all been waiting. I ain't done this in a couple of months and the last one was kind of half-assed done. So here we go. Grocery haul. What I get with 1,117 food stamps a month. And mind y'all.
And like I'm seeing another person in the background. It looks young. Looks like they could work. And if you're working, I feel like you can make, I mean, especially with multiple people living in the household, this is a tough one for me. I mean, like what I see here, able-bodied person bragging about getting $1,117 a month in help. The thing about that is when you choose to keep yourself down because you're living on the system, if that system ever dries up, you don't know how to feed your family. You haven't built wealth. You're most likely don't own the house. You're probably renting. You haven't built any wealth. That one day when this person goes to retire, there's not going to be a retirement. They haven't learned taxes. They haven't learned finance. They haven't learned how to develop themselves and skill sets to pull themselves out of that situation. They're choosing to be there, in my opinion. This person, most people like this. What do you think?
Girl, hey, so here's everything that I got with my $600 worth of food stamps. We did shop at the Sam's Club. I was super tired that day. We had a cookout. I was sipping, chilling, and then we went food shopping late.
I have to call the food stamp people and tell them that they're not giving me enough money. At first, I was gonna be like everybody else and be like, girl, how in the hell can't you and a 1-year-old survive on $500 worth of food stamps every month? Like, are y'all eating premium choice cuts, Grey Poupon and all that every day? Then I realized something. A lot of grown folks don't know how to grocery shop. A lot of people were never taught how to grocery shop. They were never taught how to get their staples. They were never taught how to budget for their seasonings. They were never told how to buy in bulk. A lot of people do not know how to meal plan and grocery shop.
I agree with that. I watched a guy show on TikTok. He has a channel on how to survive on very little money. And he showed how a man, single person, can eat on $25 a week, the entire week, on $25. You know, by buying the right chicken, by buying a sack of potatoes, by buying the right pastas and the right seasoning, and how to meal prep it for the entire week. And then I see people, you know, single person, child, saying I can't survive on $500, you know, whatever, a month. And I, you know, like I know some of these programs are trying to say like the only way you can get on, I think, food stamps or on Section 8 is you've got to have 2 kids, you know, girl, boy, and you know, at that point it's hard enough to feed that extra kid. But man, like I feel like most of these TikToks, the people are not even trying to pull themselves out of it. And I just have it really hard as somebody that works hard. My friends work real hard, and we struggle about how much we're spending in food a month. I think me and Samantha probably spend well over $1,000 a month for us 3, you know, and we don't ever really eat out much either, and we cook, you know, everything, and you know, I mean, we eat our leftovers, like, and then this is tough for me.
Do a grocery haul with me as a stay-at-home mom and Beyonce. So this is included with Walmart and Sam's Club. So I'm gonna show y'all everything that we got. $662 worth of stuff. So we have the Hostess donut, Takis, 3 different kinds of Taki chips. We have the muffins, variety tray, banana, blueberry, and chocolate chip. We have the Yo Crunch, M&M, and Oreo yogurts. We have the lemon lime juice for cleaning your meat. We have the 60-count tray of eggs. We have our Pure Leaf sweet tea, 18 bottles.
Walmart. Get inside Walmart. Get ready to pay for the stuff. Somebody open locker done stole my stamps. I say, ain't this by the bitch? Show y'all what we got in our home. We got some Cubano bread. Got some Puerto Rican bread. Some French wee bread. I got some sesame.
Okay, I used to find a grocery haul. 2 bags of pot roast, 2 cans of beef, 2 cans of croissant roast, hamburger buns, 2 things of dirty rice, a bag of corn, a case of apple juice, strawberry waffle, buttermilk waffle.
Grocery haul with food stamps. And no, I don't have time for the haters, because yes, bitch, I get food stamps. And what about it? Anyways, let's get into it. I did go a little bit crazy on the Easter eggs this year, and there is a total.
Well, that's where we are here. You know, I'm seeing a lot of things that it was amazing. I ran into a list of things that you qualify on food stamps. I've seen people buy dog food on food stamps. I've seen people buy all types of unhealthy, random foods that are on these programs. I just feel like between politicians, between lobbyists, between these companies, that the system has gotten polluted with a lot of things that shouldn't be. I'm wondering how the system can be fixed. There's a lot of fraud. There's a lot of things that are going on. I want to know what you guys think. I want to know what everybody out there thinks in the viewership. Am I wrong? Do you think it needs to be revamped? If so, cool. Maybe there's politicians that can read down through these comment sections and see, you know, what is everybody saying? I think food stamps do need to exist. Like, I think it needs to be a program of length that within X amount of years, you've got to get off of it, or if you're not handicapped or fall within these criterias, then you're not on it. And if, you know, same way with housing, that you're on it for a temporary amount of time to get you back on your feet, but you can't stay there forever. Not only is it draining on the system, it is keeping people down. It is keeping you from finding what you could be, that education, that job, that career you could have if you pushed yourself to get out of that situation. This is not meant to stay on forever. If you're elderly, stay on it. If you're handicapped, stay on it. Those that truly need it, stay on it. But I'm seeing so many young people that are choosing and bragging on TikTok about their hauls. and their lifestyle they're living. And one day, somebody's gonna see those videos and be like, you know what? You were lying on that application. It's crazy. But that's all I got, everybody. Comment down below. On to the next video. And if you're looking to buy or sell real estate on the Gulf Coast, Florida, Alabama, my email is down below. I'd be happy to help you. And if I am not able to do the deal, I can find somebody to do the deal for you. I'd be happy to refer you an agent. I can help find one for you. And I'll see you guys on the next one.